Hello, everyone. I am Stephen David Elliott, and you are with Three Martini Lunch, a national virtual networking event powered by Rockstar Connect, the nation's largest evening business networking event company. We've been doing these virtual events now for 14 months, and we're so excited that we have panelists return to us and also new panelists every week. Of course, Noah's back, and today I'm practicing for Christmas. This is my Santa costume. Do I look jolly enough, everyone? I have the jolliness going. Good, I'm glad. No, Rockstar Connect has several events we do. One is the evening event, and many of the panelists on the show have been to the evening event, or they actually host one of the evening events. In fact, Katie's hosting one, I think, next week, or is it this week in Charleston?
Neither.
Next year.
No, neither. It's the fourth Tuesday of every month for me. So
The fourth Tuesday. So next month.
No, not next month. The fourth Tuesday. So the 27th.
The fourth Tuesday. So it's not the fourth Tuesday right now. We've been moving, so there's no calendars, no clocks here.
No, today's the
No
first.
television sets. I mean, it's just modern day camping, like not having like internet for good internet for a day. That's like major suffering. We also have another event. It's called Success is Contagious. And one of the reasons why Three Martini Lunch has been such a great event is we use a modified version of the structure of Success is Contagious. And Success is Contagious is our disruptor in the morning networking slash workshop event space. So, a lot of people go to a weekly event in the morning. These people are much better than I. They'll do 7:30 in the morning every week for years, and they develop really fantastic relationships with one another. But many of our hosts are a little more advanced in their careers, and they really don't have the opportunity to specifically go to an event every week and give a required referral. They would rather create relationships and provide a value to their colleagues. So we created Success is Contagious as an event where on a national level, we provide curriculum to the host that hosts a once monthly event where everyone comes and shares their success with one another. And then there's a question of the week that is shared nationally amongst all the different Rockstar Connect Success is Contagious chapters, where those people actually really get to know about one another because they're sharing from their heart. Actually, they're sharing success, which is contagious. When you're around people that are invigorated and happy, and they tend to be successful, and vice versa. Success breeds success. So we used that initially. We tried some virtual events without a format, and they were just all over the place, and they were sort of inappropriate sometimes. People didn't know why they were there, just on the camera with one another. Here for 14 months, with maybe 1 or 2 weeks off, or I don't know, 3 weeks, Sarah, maybe that we didn't have events. We have really shared deeply. The panelists on the show have shared their wisdom with people that have watched the event all over the country on our Facebook channels. And really, we've taught people how to be successful, and not only how to be successful, how to share that success with other people, because that is the higher goal for Rockstar Connect. It's not just giving in order to get, and we talk about that. A lot of people say givers get, but really you get before you ever receive anything. Just having the privilege to be an intelligent, successful leader, you feel good when you share that with other people. Would everyone on the panel agree with that? I mean, just being able to Yeah. And Devin's sort of new to the program, and he was great last week. I got to tell you, Devin, I was talking about you several times with Sarah during the week, how enthusiastic you are, this enthusiasm that we share. So this week, it's been a while that I've given everyone the opportunity to do the primary question, which is, what success have you had recently? I'd like you to tell me what has been your most recent success. And just like the original Success is Contagious is events which started in 2006, what is your success? And that could be family oriented, that can be business oriented, it could be spiritual, or it could be a combination of all of those things. I'm going to give everyone the opportunity. Now, Noah's not been on the show for a while, and I usually like to have Noah near the end. She's a really excellent coach, and I like to hear her impression at the end. So don't feel bad if you have to wait to the end, Noah. Are you going to be able to? We're doing okay, great. Hey, my success. I'm going to share my success this week because I do want to toot my horn a little bit. In addition to Rockstar Connect, I'm in real estate. In fact, I became a real estate agent in order to demonstrate how utilizing a small event and sharing one's success with the community, doing it consistently, you could build up a fantastic business that's all inbound business coming to you. You don't have to seek it out. You don't have to buy leads. You don't have to, Jay, go on LinkedIn and send out hideous letters that the people don't want to see. You don't. You're a salesman, sure. There's nothing wrong with being a salesperson, but you do the sales at the appropriate point. But back to real estate. Last week, the broker in charge for my office, Aaron Peeler, who's a great guy, he posted like a State of the Union for our office, the 6-month State of the Union, and our office has become really big. In Fathom, which is a national company, and I'm proud to say I was involved with helping them go public this year. We have in the triangle 650 agents. That's, for those of you who are listening, that's the greater Raleigh area. 650 agents. In my particular office, we have 220 agents. That depends on who renewed in June or not. A lot of people may have dropped out. We may have less. But out of those 220 agents, I was the number one agent in transactions. Like, I really kicked ass. This is my best year ever. I've achieved my best year in real estate at the 6-month mark, and I have a whole 6 months left. I'm real excited to participate with all the great colleagues in my office that are doing great things. I mean, do you remember way back when Fathom first opened, Jay? Was there like 20 agents or something like that? And we started here in the triangle where Jay is located. So that's a success I'm very proud of. And also, I'm very proud of my spouse, Sarah Elliot, who has been, really been the leader of Rockstar Connect for the last 14 months. And in addition to that, has helped us move into our new home. And we have almost, I would say, 75% of the boxes unpacked.
Yeah.
Which is a great accomplishment because I'm starting to feel human again. I got to cook in my kitchen stove. And cooking, if you know me, is a big thing for me. I actually have cooked 3 times this week. No more takeout. So let's go straight into successes. Let's start off with Domenic. Usually you talk with you sort of in the middle. Why don't we start off with you right away and share with us what that success may be? And you can tell us what success means to you at the same time.
That's 2 entirely different questions, and it depends on the context of what you're asking for, because you did mention we could talk about family, business, spiritual,
Absolutely.
Whatever we really want to talk about, and those are, success means different things in those as far as I'm concerned. Family, it might be my children are authentically happy, or Heather and I are in a really good space in our relationship. That's a success, right? But with other parts of my life, I might have it as a specific goal-driven thing. So I don't have a good definition of you for success. I think it is different for everybody, and we can allow for different definitions of success. But what I will say is that what we do here is share things that we believe are successful in order to inspire other people that they can achieve what it is that they define as success as well, and let people know that things are going well for other people and that we have a community here that can help them achieve their success. So one thing that I will say that is a success this week is since we last spoke, is I've completed all of my partnership training for New York Life, and I'm now officially an associate partner with the company. So that is a very specific career transition for me. I'm no longer in a production and advisory role. I'm now in a mentoring, coaching, and guidance role with my company. So I'm excited to explore what that's going to be like over time, as well as help other people come into the business that I'm in and start to experience the kind of career success that I've had that's been very transformative for me in my life and my family life and my financial life, and teach other people how to have that as well. So that's a success for this week.
That's a very good success, and I love transformative success as well. And you're now going to be sharing that with other people.
Oh yeah.
I read somewhere that you recently had 2 new people. You just recruited 2 new people to your company.
Yeah, I've got. I actually I'm recruiting a lot of different people at the same time, but I have 2 that have gotten into the contracting part of the process, and then I have 1 that's actually under contract that is a full-time employee. So that's different parts of the process, of course, but finding 2 people to take that step, that's a big deal in the industry.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
Rhonda, good to see you. I think we have a call scheduled this week.
We do. And I see Mark has such an amazing tan. Look at that tan, Mark, Sher. Oh my God. I actually I just have to tell you, I actually got to meet Mark in person, which was amazing. He took my husband and I out to a lovely dinner, and we're going to do some stuff together. So that was great. So on a personal note, the success was that actually my older daughter was in from Denver this weekend. So the 4 of us were together, which was great. That was so cool. We haven't done that since before the pandemic, actually. So that was very cool. On a business success note, I'm launching a course, which it's going to be not even a course, it's just a one-time masterclass, which I finally have it together. And I'm actually working with who you introduced me to, Adam Bricker. He's helping me with that. And it's going to be a course teaching people how to generate appointments on LinkedIn using the power of posting. And even if you don't post, you can still generate 20 appointments a month at a minimum without even doing your own posting, just by leveraging the power of posting. So that's going to happen on August 16th. So that's another huge success. And my face reading course is going to be launched in July. So that's on July 26th, and I'm finishing up all of that. So that's going to be really great, because that's going to teach people how to develop instant rapport with anybody simply by looking at somebody's face. You'll know how they process information, and it'll just give you an additional advantage. So those are my 3 successes. My 2 courses are launching, and my daughter was home, and we had all 4 of us, and it was great. And we went to the Red Sox game last night, and they won. So there you go.
That's a lot of success. Can you share with us a post that we can make on LinkedIn this week?
It's not about a post that you can make. The secret, Stephen, is to look at the people that have either liked or commented on your post and reach out to them, asking them, basically thanking them for liking your post or commenting, and inviting them to jump on a call with you to learn more about one another. So it's, and Domenic, you're a master at this. It's not about selling. It's just about saying, hey, Stephen, thanks so much for liking my post about whatever it was I posted about. Love to jump on a call. Here's a link to my calendar. Let's get to know one another, and we'll keep it in the no sale zone. And there's a whole secret to how to do it. And that's what I'm going to teach. And where you get the post to put up and the language that you use in the post, and then how you get the appointment. So even if it's my post, it's not your post, you can even still get an appointment from that. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that sounds great. And people generally respond in a positive way to that.
Yeah, they will book on your calendar. They will absolutely book on your calendar. I have to actually turn it down because if I did, I'd never have any time to help people with the coaching of the profiles that I do. I'd be on the phone all day long just getting to know people, which is super fun, but you actually have to deliver the work at some point.
Now, do you still have on your calendar, I haven't looked at your calendar in a while, the opportunity where someone can book a 15-minute exploratory, but then they can actually go in and book a full hour for you and pay a fee?
No, I changed it. So it's basically just a free 30 minutes with me. That's basically what I offer. It's just a free 30-minute, let's get to know you. I do offer a paid version where you can, get on a Zoom, we'll record it. And basically it's a profile audit, and normally what I do is I just discount it to like $97. You can find that on rhondasher.com, the website that's being redone. But if you just message me, I'll send you the link to the freebie, and I'm happy to give anybody a complimentary consult just to go over it.
Terrific. Thank you, Rhonda. That's a
In fact,
freebie.
take a look at Mark Sher's profile. He's got a facelift. He always looks gorgeous, but look at his profile because I gave it a facelift. So you might want to
we'll have to take a look at it. Well, Mark, I guess your new LinkedIn profile is one of your successes. So why don't we speak with you?
Okie dokie. Yeah, Rhonda did a great job about a month and a half, 2 months ago on revitalizing my LinkedIn profile. She did a great job, and I can tell you that the amount of people that are paying attention to it quadrupled. So I was very happy with that.
But do they comment? Do they comment specifically on the profile?
No, I can just, you get this little thing. So many people looked at your profile. And when that goes up, that's telling you just organically, people are looking at your profile. And I've had a profile on there for a while. And, if I start getting quadruple the views, literally, without doing much else, that's a really good sign.
That's a very good sign. Could you share with us a recent success that you've had?
Well, been working with somebody who introduced us to the third largest mortgage brokerage in the country, and last week we did our first run with them, and we had 108 mortgage brokers log into a Zoom meeting to find out what it is that we do, how it could help them, and how it could help their clients. And they told us afterwards this was the largest such group that they've ever had. They have 750 mortgage brokers, and they do once a week what they call a town hall. And this was the largest one they ever had. So that was a pretty big success, which, it's resulting in some very good transactional business for us, both helping the mortgage brokers themselves as well as their clients learn how to become financially literate, which leads them how to basically eliminate a 30-year, 20-year, 15-year mortgage in 9 years or less without spending a penny more than they're currently spending. So that was pretty successful, I thought.
Yeah, that seems like a fantastic success. And I bet a lot of those people went back to your new LinkedIn profile as well.
Oh, for sure. After we did that day, you could just see, boom, the jump. And then that, bottom line is when you meet people in the Zoom world, the first thing they're doing is they're checking you out. They're going to LinkedIn.
And it's amazing the way all this works with relationships. Rhonda's out in Temecula. You just visited her out in California. And Alex Lopez, one of your guys, has been having a conversation with the team about starting his own event in Temecula.
Right.
To take over where Rhonda left off. And I'll be speaking to him this week.
Well, that's good.
And that'll be another success for Rockstar Connect that all of you guys participated in. In fact, I think Alex Lopez went to a few of your events, Rhonda, if you remember him. Excellent. Hey, let's go over to Jay Izso. So, Jay, are you beginning to see how this works? Starting to see some people that you want to connect with?
I think I connected with most everybody, and they connected back with me on LinkedIn. Thank you to everybody who did that, because first of all, everybody was brilliant. I think I could still literally do the little personality inventory of everybody still from last week, because they just all made such a great impact on me. And so I want to say thank you to everybody who I know, Damon and Katie and Devin and Mark and Jenny and Domenic. They all, connected with me on LinkedIn and following their work, and really cool stuff. Everybody just does such really neat work. And I'm just so blown away that I get to be a part of this. So I'm very grateful for that.
Well, we're glad to have you on here. I know you're a successful author, 4 books. What successes have you had in the last week since we met?
This morning, I had a client this morning, and one of my coaching clients, and I love my clients. I'm not afraid to say that to my clients, is tell them that I love them, because I do, because I care deeply about them. And I have one of my clients who's going through a lot personally, which is affecting her business. And one of the things I recognize as a coach is that I can't get people to be effective in their business because we don't do a very good job at compartmentalizing if we've got personal things in the way. And we were able to work through some of the personal issues that were able to free her up so that she could, I saw her literally on a Zoom call, was watching her shoulders just droop and see that sigh of relief. And sometimes it's just as much as just giving a person permission to say no. And that was really kind of the essence of kind of the conversation, is being okay with saying no to something. Because the truth of the matter is, when we keep saying yes to everything that we do, we're saying no to something else. And most of the time we're saying no to take care of ourselves. And giving her permission so that she could say no to others, so that she had permission to take care of herself, was such a huge relief to her, being able to free her up in her own business. And it was such a great call. And there was just monumental success, because I'm not going to go into all the details of everything that she's got going on in her personal life, but it does affect us. And it was so cool to just watch that transformation in an hour of coming in highly stressed, and then watching the relaxation, and then being able to have a plan going forward, both professionally and personally. So that was a huge success this morning.
I mean, it's really great. I'm glad you're talking about that, because one of the constant themes that we talk about on the 3 Martini lunch, and Sher and I speak about it, and I speak about it with my colleagues, is the great thing about being an entrepreneur is we have freed ourselves. We are free people compared to most of the people that live here in the United States in our society. One of the things that we have to free ourselves up from is our own restraints, and learning how to say no is probably the hardest thing to do, but the most freeing. And it's amazing, once you learn how to do it and give yourself permission to do so, how much more successful you are.
Yeah.
Even for the people you're saying no to.
Yeah, it really is. Boundaries are huge. And that's one of the things that we're working on, is how do I set boundaries, and how do you do that in your own personality? And, one of the things we talked about for her was scripting how to say no in her language, right? Because she's so kind and she's so polite, and she's, she's kind of, I'm not going to say shy, but she's not real vocal. And it was like coming up with ways, to politely say no, for instance, thank you so much for the opportunity, but I really can't do that at this time, right? Just giving her different scripts so that she could work her way through saying no in a way that was best for her. And as we were working through these scripts this morning of how to say no, you could see with each script that we were developing that she was becoming more comfortable with being able to say no to, everything that she was saying yes to.
I mean, what's great is you share a lot of personal experiences with your friends and with your clients. You've gone through all this yourself.
Gosh, I tell everybody I have this great big huge black garbage bag of crap that I carry around with me. And every now and then somebody pokes a hole in it and it starts to stink real bad back there. And then I have to deal with it because we all have stuff that we have to deal with. I'm in constant mode of dealing with my own stuff. And we all are, and sometimes it's life circumstances. Sometimes it's something bad. Sometimes it's something someone says that pokes a hole in that bag. And I have to go back and deal with that and be vulnerable, not disclose. I have to be completely open and honest with myself in an authentic way to be able to relieve myself of that. Because if I don't deal with it, it's going to keep coming back. And that's what's critical.
I mean, it's a privilege to have that bag.
Right.
Because you pick all that stuff up.
Yeah,
right?
It is, because it's freeing. Every time you get rid of another piece of the garbage, it's free.
No, that's excellent stuff for, I think, everyone that's listening, and appreciate always the transparency and honesty.
Thank you.
Damon's a very, we learned last week that, Damon was the chubby little insecure kid that learned how to make people laugh. What would you like to share about your successes this week, Damon?
Right. I've got 3 things here. So just from a purely business standpoint, Saturday morning, I had an appointment with some clients. And I don't generally meet with clients on the weekend. I strike a very good balance between work and life. And one of those is leaving the weekends for family. But the husband worked 5 to 5, 12-hour shifts during the week. So sometimes we call it the good judgment rule. And so you just have to make that. But it turned out to be a really great meeting because I closed a new $800,000 account. So I was excited about that. Then I found out that I had submitted, I belong to the Financial Planning Association, a group of certified financial planners and others from around the country. And I was going to go to their national conference in September anyway, but I had just on a whim submitted a proposal to lead one of the breakout sessions for an hour. And I got accepted. So I'm going to be leading one of the breakout sessions. And so that was exciting. My topic is called the 90% problem, and it's about how most wealthy families, 90% of wealthy families lose their wealth inside of 3 generations. And so I'm going to be sharing the reasons why that happens. And then my personal reason, or my personal success, was this past weekend for the 4th of July. I smoked the perfect pork shoulder and turkey breast.
I didn't know where that was going. Wasn't sure.
Yeah, see, I know. I intentionally said I smoked the perfect pork shoulder.
I was thinking cigar, joint. I mean, I didn't know where that was going.
That's right. So no, it all turned out great. I had a great weekend. Yesterday, had some friends over, spent the day out by the pool, had a few adult beverages, grilled some burgers, and so just enjoyed the weekend overall. So it was a great time, and we're having a great year so far. Last year was our best year ever, and we've got 6 more months to make this year our best year ever. So
well, what I can see. So this is your third time on, or is it your fourth? Your third time on.
This is my third time. Yeah.
Your third time. The first time you were on the show, you were more Ed McMahon to Victoria, your partner's Johnny Carson, but now I think you're more like the Dave Letterman here. Like you're really enjoying this situation, and I can tell that you have a lot to contribute to the panel. We really appreciate you being on 3 Martini Lunch. I just before we go on to the next person, when you are invited next time you get a text, if you are interested in our team producing like a little video or something of something brilliant you might have said on the program that you can then use on your LinkedIn or on your Facebook to promote yourself on this panel, and that you've been on this panel on your LinkedIn, please say, just say, Alan, I want a little bit of promotional material, and pretty quickly he'll get something made up for you. It's not instantaneous, but within a few business days, something really nice that you can share to let people know that you are a panelist and have that honored position on this program. So, everyone knows Alan. Alan's out there in the Philippines doing all the hard work for us, making sure that everyone knows about 3 Martini lunch and all the events that are coming up. Damon, you have an exciting event coming up next week, correct?
Yes, next Thursday, July the 15th, we're going to have it's actually our very first one. So we've been working with Kim. In fact, I've got a call with her in about an hour to discuss final preparations for that. So we've got some great people already lined up. I've already been making some headway and some great connections with some people. In fact, interestingly enough, getting into Rockstar has helped me to build relationships with some allied professionals that I didn't know before. And just in the last 3 weeks, I've made a relationship with a new trust attorney that is going to be working with one of my clients, and with another one of my new clients that has a business that he wants to sell. And this gentleman specializes in business valuation and marketing. And so just 2 strategic relationships through my work with Rockstar have led to helping to close new cases and make happy clients. So
that's terrific. I mean, you're really understanding how the event works. The event isn't about, a lot of people think Rockstar Connect is just about the 2-hour event once a month. That's just the physical, the physical proof that you've been working all month to help people in your community to be successful. It's about the social media that you're helping to create with Rockstar Connect to show people how they can be successful and how they count in their community. And I don't know, I think today you're having a discussion with Kim. One of the most important things about networking, and I feel that we're all children. We're children for life. We're just better educated and more aware children. Is people have a tendency to forget their old friends, and that's the biggest mistake, especially in business, because your old friends are your gold friends. Your new friends are your silver friends. And you need to make sure that you're not alienating your old network. In fact, you're creating a new network. The purpose of creating the new network is not for you to get business. It's for you to be a servant to your existing network. That's what you're there to do. You're there looking for opportunities for the people that you already know. They don't have to go to your event. That's not necessary. You are basically the representative for your friends, for your sphere of influence, those golden people that have got you to where you need to be. I could talk about that forever, but I want to hear some more about other people's success. Why don't we go over to Devin? Enthusiastic person, talked about you all week. Let's hear about your success.
Yeah, so in the marketing group I'm in, BAM, last year was their first conference. It was called BAM Jam, and I was blown away by it. And I set a goal for myself. It was kind of like it wasn't the strongest goal, but I put it on my vision board that I wanted to speak at next year's BAM Jam. And it just kind of like things started to fall into place, coming around like March, and we just had BAM Jam last week, and I was actually the first speaker up there, which was really awesome. So that was a big goal. And the coolest thing about that too was like that was my first time speaking in front of a crowd at an event like that, and so I was nervous. I thought I botched it, but I had a ton of people come up afterwards saying I was their favorite speaker. So it's a pretty cool feeling.
I saw some videos and photos from that event all over social media, and you guys really looked super professional there in your tuxedos, and it was quite the event up on the big stage.
It was awesome.
Was there any selling done from the stage, or was this purely a celebration?
A couple courses were announced, but a majority of it was just like celebration. A majority of it was actually educational. So a lot of the speakers were going up there and speaking on different parts. Like I spoke about outsourcing, and I taught. It was really cool. I got to impact a bunch of people and teach them, how outsourcing got me to where I am. But the only sales that happened on stage was like a sales accelerator type course, and then a local marketing type course.
And so the organization that Devin is involved with, they grew over COVID by thousands of times. And I think there's like 7,000 people that went through their program during COVID, all of whom are making money, helping other people learn about marketing and be successful, creating community through social media. So big, enormous success. And many of these people knew nothing about marketing prior to taking the course, and they've all been extremely successful. Thank you, Devin.
Thank you.
Jenny, did someone want to add something? Okay, Jenny.
Yes, sir.
Jenny Midgley, success.
No, the last couple weeks have been interesting for a number of reasons. So I actually had like a less than ideal experience last week going and doing some corporate headshots, and like to the point that when I got back to my office and I was looking at the pictures, I was like, these are not up to my standard work. Like, these are crap. Like, I mean, in my head I was saying these are crap, and as I'm like, my friends are all like, but even your crap work is not bad, so like compared to other people's crap, you know what I mean? So it's all about perspective. That just kind of got me thinking, and the ball rolling on a few other things. And I set some pretty big goals for my July and August. And so, as dealing with the things that come up as an entrepreneur, right? These things that, especially like when you're a creative entrepreneur, this is all part and parcel for the process, is dealing with things that maybe are not, what's the word? The ideal, right? So, I would say that my success for the week is the fact that I'm sitting here and not like curled in a ball in the corner crying over the fact that I had to deliver this work that wasn't up to my par. So that's a success, and we had some like good family stuff, and that's kind of where I'm at today.
Well, I think that's with mistakes are part and parcel of being in business. They're going to happen. Some of them are going to be caused by you. Others are going to be caused by other people. How you turn it into success is how you deal with that mistake.
Absolutely.
And how you solve the mistake.
Right. And I mean, I was totally upfront. I called the person who referred me, and I was like, hey, by the way, you may get some not great feedback, and this is why. And I sent an email when I delivered the stuff. I was like, full transparency. Like, I struggled with this in the setup, and so it reflects a little bit in the post. So just so you're aware, and here's the edits that I allowed them to proof. So that I did, even though you don't need my edits because you just want so I handled it, I learned from it, and moving forward, I have other tools now in my arsenal to be like, to preempt those things from happening again. But in the moment, it doesn't feel great because I care, right? Like, that's the bottom line, is that I care about the client experience and I care about the outcome. So for me, I'm a highly sensitive person. So, and not sensitive as in like, you're going to make me cry. Sensitive in that I feel things deeply.
It's still just the social worker in you.
Right. And because I care, right, like, it's going to impact me differently than somebody who's just like, well, whatever, I did my job and now you're going to pay me and that's the end of it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Well, it's a very interesting perspective. On my end, I'm looking at the screen, and I am the only one I see moving. Everyone else is frozen in time, frozen on the screen. And Jay has an enormous smile on his face, and Domenic has an enormous smile on his face, and so does Damon. And it looks like something, off a TV show special effect. I don't know if you guys are seeing that on your end or whether you're seeing full motion, but I'm going to move over to Katie. Are you there, Katie?
I'm here.
Okay, so you're perfectly frozen on my screen.
Oh.
Tell me about your success. I know you just got back from vacation. Was that just purely pleasure, or was that business?
Yep. It was all for fun. I haven't taken a real vacation since 2017, when I actually also went to Cancun. And I've never put an away message auto response on my email because I'm always on any trip I take, always still checking, and my mind is still sort of at work. So I did not check my email, and I took a true vacation, and it was very needed. So to me, that was very, very successful. Yeah.
And it sounds like a great success that you were able to check out for a little while.
Yeah, I needed it. I mean, within 5 weeks, the last 5 weeks, we had our gala, 2 mini bike reveals, our Bundles of Joy program. I helped plan their roommate surprise going away party, and I moved apartments. So I really needed one of those things is a lot. I had a lot at once. So
that's a lot of a lot.
Yeah.
So when you see other colleagues or professional people that you admire that are able to check out, do you sometimes model yourself after them, or do you speak to them about how they do it? Or
I mean, to
are
be
you
honest,
just
I don't feel like many like super successful or entrepreneur people I know ever really do check out. That's kind of the name of the game. You're an entrepreneur, so you can work whenever, you can take time off whenever, but you can always still sort of check in. So that's what I love about my lifestyle is I can take trips. Like I've taken lots of trips, since 2017, but not like a vacation like this. So I can always still sort of check in, but I don't have to like request time off. I just schedule meetings differently. So I don't mind that lifestyle. And I think that's how most people I know, most of my friends are entrepreneurs. That's sort of how they do it. Unless like you go somewhere like Mexico or Europe, but that you're not doing that every month, but people take lots of trips every month. So it's kind of a balance.
Excellent. Well, I mean, I think that it would be great if, we actually had a panel discussion where we can share some strategies, how not only can we check out in a strategic way, but in a way that actually enhances the experience for our friends, our colleagues, and our family. And as well as our own life, really get that payoff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great. Now it's hard to get back into focus because then on Friday, my cousins and they're all coming to town. And then in 2 weeks, I go visit them in Chicago. So this whole month is lots, but really summer, I get it's usually my slower time. And I really only have just July as my slowest month of the year this year, the way everything is going. So it's a little bit easier for me to check out right now because it's just not as busy. But if it was, other times of the year, I just physically wouldn't be able to, since if I don't do it, no one does it. I'm the only person running my nonprofit. So it's not like someone else can kind of take over while I'm gone.
Are you going to put anything in place so that you do have more freedom in the future?
No, no, not unless we can. I mean, and we can't afford another employee. So, I mean, I can't even live off of my salary. So I need a raise before we hire somebody else. So we're far from that, unfortunately.
So when you do go finally check out and you have someone watching the ship for you, then we know you've had another success then.
Yeah, that will be a major success that we can pay 2 salaries. Major.
Okay, well, we're rooting for you on that. So, Noah, and I do apologize on my end, you're all still frozen, completely solid. So I am going to ask that if you're there. Noah, are you still there?
I am there, and I see everyone moving and dancing. We are discoing here while you are there alone.
Yeah, completely alone, completely absent. I feel a little sad, but I'll get over it. But Noah, we haven't seen you in a month or so. We're really glad to have you back. Okay, I can see you on Sarah's
awesome.
Screen. Everyone there. So it's been a while. So Noah, why don't you share with everyone what you do real quickly, and then I'd like to know about your latest success. You got a big smile on there, so there must be many of them. And also, just what have your thoughts been of what the panelists have said on this program today?
Oh, that's a lot. So I'm an executive and leadership coach. I work with executive leaders, founders of companies, startups, and their teams. And my success for this week was actually kind of related to your conversation with Katie and many others. is that experience that I am working too many hours. And by the way, I had many conversations with clients since COVID started that they are burnt out because there is not a lot of change. You kind of like do the same every day, and you go with back-to-back meetings because everything is through Zoom until pretty much not so long ago. So I worked many hours, and I start my day coaching hours at 6 a.m. in the morning. And it was too much. I got to an exhaustion, and burnout is really emotional exhaustion. So I had to look ahead, because if you want to change your time, you can't do it right now. You need to look a month forward to do that. So I had to look more than a month forward to make sure that during the summertime, I can have Monday and Friday only half day, so I can hang out with my kids when they wake up at 12 p.m. and I work from 6 to 12. So that's pretty much almost half a day. And then I play. So very, very excited that I got summertime. It wasn't easy for me to get there, but that was fun to plan that and have that and move to summer hours. And the other thing is that I got this, I don't know how to call it, that crazy thing as we entrepreneurs like to do. I got that crazy idea that I want to create 21 videos and start kind of like a YouTube channel for 2021. So 21 for 21, 21 videos for 21. So yesterday, and I think it's very related to the conversation today, I took a video about negative bias. And it pretty much resonated with the conversation about contagious success, because our brain really likes to look at that one thing that didn't work in our day. So I will say something silly to someone, and that's the only thing they will remember from all the progress that was happening in the day. And in the last year, I started to shift the conversations with my clients to what's working. And I see a huge, huge difference in the conversation when you start talking with people about what's working rather than what's not working. When you talk about strengths rather than weaknesses, and how can we take those strengths and leverage them to work on our challenges. And when you work with a team, especially, and you talk about what's working for us as a team and what's working for us as with our strengths, you see a different energy in the room. It's shift, and I see Jay nodding. It's that different experience from complaining and that negative, that we can't do that, to a can-do experience. So really it resonated with me today in a different way when I listened to this contagious success. Where do we want to put the focus, on what's not working or what's working? And really end the day with looking at our day and saying, what were the 3 things that worked today in my life, in my work? Where did I see progress today? Because I see people come to me and say, nothing really happened. And then I say, tell me about all the things that didn't happen. And suddenly you see this happened, and the other thing happened, and the 3rd thing happened, and the 4th thing happened. And there is so much that is happening. And sometimes we just make it so small, especially as business owners. So that's kind of like the web of my thinking. Sorry.
I mean, I love that, because, as we say, part of being an entrepreneur is being a free person. We have to appreciate all that freedom that we have. And it can be, a simple little thing that you do during the day, a task that you have made time for, that's important for you, that you succeed in, and you're already building your day on a success.
Yes. And that question that you asked Domenic before really resonated with me when you asked, what is success? So for me, actually right now, success is to pay attention to those little things and not say, oh, I didn't do anything today. Yes, I sent invoices, and invoices bring money. That's a lot. It seems like admin, nothing. I did nothing. I didn't speak with a client. So it's not money coming in, but invoice is money coming in. Or sending that email, that's retention of a client. So it seems like sometimes when we look at things, we make them small when they are not. And that for me right now is success, to look on those things and say, yes, It is important.
I mean, it can be as simple. We're unpacking now, and I found a place to put the dessert dishes and the soup dishes, and was ecstatic. I mean, it was as good as getting a big commission. Just doing something that made my life a little bit more complete, and also knowing that I would get to be on the program today. Because I haven't seen, for example, Domenic. I haven't seen Domenic for like a month, except on these programs. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that I get to say hi to my buddy, and
I'm really excited about you being done unpacking your house, because I'm ready to do dinner again.
Yeah, exactly. We're ready to entertain and have people over. And it's just so nice, seeing everyone here on the program. Whether I met you in person or not, I've definitely, spent time with you on this program, and you're important people in my life. And I want to make sure that we have a good experience with one another, not only every time we do the panel, but when we're thinking about what we learned from one another during the week. That's a huge success for me. Before we head off at the show, is there anyone else who would like to have the opportunity just to reflect on today? I'm sorry, what was that?
Stephen?
Yeah, Devin got to contribute what he wanted to. Jay, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I think what Noah finished up with is just so powerful. We can only do so much with our weaknesses, that we can only improve them so much. But man, we have unlimited potential in our strengths, unlimited potential in our strengths. And it is so powerful, because our amygdala, that little structure that's deep within our brain, gets hijacked so easily for us to become negative and focus on that one little negative thing that can allow us to ruin our day. When if we just focused on, there are so many great positive moments that you had today, and you're going to have. All of us are. And it's difficult, because that little fight, flight, freeze thing in there, and our hippocampus, which are right next to each other deep inside our brain, want us to remember this thing and fly in the wrong direction. Man, just so powerful to be reminded, focus on your strengths, and so many good things. What's working? I just love that. That's just powerful for me.
And also, Jay, we have the unique right that we get to associate with the people that we want to associate with.
Right.
It's just not we're picking up the phone and randomly speaking to someone who may be unpleasant and who we can't help, and who's not going to add value to our life, and we can't add value to their life. We get to choose all our associations.
Yeah,
and how we spend our valuable time. That's a unique position. That's freedom. I was mentoring someone last night who never thought he was going to be an entrepreneur. Now he's getting all of his income from his own efforts with no job. And I said, it's a great feeling. I said, I've been doing it for 31 years now. And you're about the same age I was when I started. You have that ahead of you as well. To think that you have freedom of association with how you choose to sell your time, that's the number one success, I would believe, for everyone here on this panel. I want to thank everyone for being with us here today. I hope to see you all next week, and also maybe some of our may have some new panelists, and also some panelists have been gone for a while. Thank you for coming back again, Noah. And Jay, really appreciate you being on, and hope to see you all soon. For those of you that are having events coming up, that would be Katie and Domenic and Damon and Mark. Best of luck to you all. See you next week on Rockstar Connect. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.